It's January in 2018. Time to talk about what we enjoyed last year. So this is my picks for the best movie of the year, TV show of the year, and video game of the year. In no particular order. Also, Scotty has grown since last year, so you're going to be hearing from other different members of what their respected blank of the year was. So TV was fairly good this year, with a bunch of different shows coming from a multitude of different streaming services. And it was cool because it didn't really matter which service you had, because there was usually something good to watch on everything. ABC had shows like The Mayor and Kevin Probably Saves the World and The Good Doctor. Hulu had Handmaid's Tale. Then there was Netflix with Stranger Things Season 2 and American Vandal. And My Hero Academia was on Crunchyroll and Verve, which is my pick for TV show of the year. My Hero Academia is the newest and biggest anime that is sweeping the world by storm. And for good reason. The show is a fun, empowering take on the traditional superhero origin story. The characters in My Hero Academia are delightful and exciting, everyone's powers are interesting and creative, and the characters learn and grow as the show continues. And as they grow, some of their choices have actual consequences that affect not only them, but the entire show as a whole. And having a show where things actually matter and don't get resolved at the end of an episode is always a good thing. The show mixes a great blend of action and fight scenes where the cast fights supervillains and stopping their dastardly plans. But then we have scenes of them training with their powers and learning in school, which is surprisingly the much more interesting part of the show. The animation is also fluid and beautiful, and it's just so incredibly well done. The world is very simple, but it leaves enough for the audience's imagination, but also leaves enough for the writers to slowly fill in those gaps as a part of the story with these big twists and big reveals. Then of course you have the hero Izuku Midoriya, who in my opinion is one of the best protagonists who have come out in recent years. His passion and kindness for others is what sells the show for me. I love how this character is so caring and emotional. He isn't the typical macho hero who always saves the day. He's a down-on-his-luck kid who's just trying to do his best. In other shows, Midoriya would be a wimpy comic relief character. But instead, the show embraces his flaws and faults and shows why he's perfect to be a great hero. I plan on developing a whole other video talking about all the aspects that makes this show so great, and I'll probably do that later this year. But for now, just know My Hero Academia is a show you won't want to miss.
Hi, my name is Vicky Forsyth. My favorite TV show of 2017 was Longmire. I hadn't heard of Longmire till last year, and when I started watching it, I was hooked, only to find out that the show was ending with season 6. When I think of Longmire, Walt is who comes to my mind. He has got it all. Looks, smart, strong yet gentle. Yes, he's the sheriff, but he acts more like a detective. Kinda like Monk or Columbo, but not as weird. The rest of the cast, like Vic, Ferg, and Ruby, they work perfectly together. The side stories with his daughter Katie, his longtime best friend Henry, and even his nemesis Jacob Nighthorse always kept my attention. I like how the show took a few minutes at the end to tie up each character's story, and yet left a lot for the imagination. I still would have liked for the finale to have been a bit longer, but it still is my favorite show of 2017.